the powdered grain like this falls down inside, and then there's rollers in here that roll around and they extrude the pellets out through this. Is called the die. You set these blades and they cut the pellet off at the right length.
Wow.
I've been wondering about you. They said that just one look and I'd get caught too.
Hey guys, we are here at Valley Feed and Supply in Bonner Springs, Kansas, and this has quickly become our favorite feed place to come to every month. And this is how we feed our animals, and so we thought this time when we were just coming to do our feed run, we'd take a quick little tour and just get an idea of how our feed gets made, how the ingredients get put together, just for everything from start to finish. So I wanted to introduce Matt.
So yeah, no, this is completely new to me. I was a civil engineer for 22 years and worked for several cities around the area, as well as a construction company. I grew up on my family's farm in Wathena, Kansas.
Okay.
I always knew I wanted to do something in agriculture. I was just kind of waiting for the right time. I farm a little bit as well, and I wanted someplace to sell my grain rather than selling it to the elevator wholesale. I kind of thought that vertical integration was the way to go. That's a mixer, so all the ingredients get put in the mixer, whether they're brought in bulk from outside in a grain bin. So corn, milo, soybean meal, wheat middlings, all that gets brought in, and then we mix it up according to the recipes. It gets brought in and then weighed here for us first. And this is just a big scale. Everything drops down in there, and then we've got equipment down below that will clean the grain and just different processes.
A lot of our viewers are from all over the country. Is there anything they can look for or good questions that they can ask their feed mill to try to find out if they're getting good quality ingredients? How do they trust the place they go to?
Right. The first thing you want to do is read the tag. Different states have different laws with regard to what you put on the tag. And most states, if we look at one of our tags, it spells out the ingredients. The first ingredient is always what primarily makes up the feed, and then it goes down from there. What you may notice is it will say various whole grains or grain byproducts. Usually means that they're using a least cost based formula if they don't spell out the exact grains. Not that byproducts are bad, but it means that the ingredients going into the feed are always changing based on whatever is the cheapest byproduct at the time. Inside of the pellet mill. So what happens is the powdered grain like this falls down inside, and there's rollers in here that roll around and they extrude the pellets out through this. Is called the die, and it pushes the pellets out through the die. And then we set these blades and they cut the pellet off at the right length.
Wow. Okay.
And then the pellets from there, they fall down into the cooling tower.
Well, our biggest thing is chickens, and let's have some fun with chicken feed and anything we can learn about that.
Okay, so chicken feed, believe it or not, our #1 seller, and I don't know how long it's been that way, but it's been that way for several years, is our 16% layer pellet. And it is popular because a lot of people believe the chickens waste less with pellets than they do with granules. So here's our formula for the layer pellets that you feed your chickens. So it's got 100 pounds of ground alfalfa, 750 pounds of ground corn, ground screenings, which is corn screenings, soybean meal, and 450 pounds of wheat middlings. And then the mineral pack is up here, 100 pounds of meat and bone meal, calcium carbonate, dicalcium phosphate, salt, 25 pounds of binder that helps the pellets stick together. It's bentonite binder. And then 5 pounds of a poultry premix, which is poultry mineral.
How do you guys manage to compete against so many big well-known companies out there that it's just a name brand for people? How do you guys differentiate yourselves?
The answer to that is an easy one. We eliminate the middleman. A lot of feeds that you buy in your farm stores and that type of thing have changed hands at least twice, maybe 3 times before it's brought to the retailer. What we make here, we sell here. So it only gets marked up once by us.
In closing with this, how rewarding is it, or what are your thoughts of like how many animals you guys feed?
Really, this whole business is a dream come true for me. I've always been some of an entrepreneur and wanted to find the right business, and I looked for quite some time before this one came along, and couldn't be happier at this point.
Well, we really appreciate taking this time with you. How about where can people find you online if they're wanting to connect with you?
So Facebook at Valley Feed and Supply Company is the best place to find us, or you can always call the store at 913-422-4088. That's
right.
for Matt. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you so much, Matt. And the fun part of coming home from the feed store, we got to find a place to put all of this feed. We always get a little bit more than we have room for, so that we don't have to go to the feed store quite as often since it's an hour away. Then that makes it a challenge. I've got to find little places to put all of these bags. First thing, I've got that automatic chicken feeder out in the chicken yard, and that's been empty for a few days. That took them about a week and a half to clear that out. Only 4 chickens can eat at that at once. So I'm gonna put 2 50-pound bags of feed in there and give the chickens another way to get a snack during the day.
Before anyone's mama.
Woo, it's dark. So I'm doing some of the nightly chores here. Getting ready to put some of the animals away, get the turkeys. We always fill up their feed. So while we're in here with the broody hen and the peacock eggs, let's check in on her. So she's got the eggs under her and just about 2 weeks to go on that. So getting closer every day. So I haven't gone out to see the turkeys yet, but I'm sure they're gonna need some feed. So let's come out here and check on that. What's going on, guys? Hey, is that a cucumber in your pocket? You just happy to see me?
It's a cucumber.
Wow, those things came up quick. We just planted those a few days ago.
Moen!
Here, show the camera.
Moen.
Very good.
This is a tough iron.
All right, this is our 3rd attempt at getting a harness and a leash and trying to take these rabbits around the yard.
So we got these lionhead rabbits and we wanted them as pets. So we thought it'd be fun to lead them around on a leash. So we finally found a leash that fits them and is meant for a rabbit. The other ones we got were meant for cats and they just didn't work. So this one finally worked and we're excited that we can take them around anywhere we want now. So if you haven't seen in the previous video, these are lion heads and we got a male and a female. Pickles and peanut butter. Uriah's got Pickles out right now. We chose the lion heads because they are super fuzzy and cuddly and just fun to handle. So they're really tame and really fun to have.
Yes, Pepper.
And we have our rabbits out here in this cage that Jake built because we wanted them to get as much grass as they possibly wanted. And we built it so they can have a little shelter and they can go in here and get out of the wire. If they don't want to sit in the wire the whole time, they can come in here. And they spend a lot of time inside their little cubbies. And then they can come up the ramp and sit up on top. So they have a lot of room to run around and have a lot of fun in here.
Better? No. Ah! Yeah.
All right, thanks so much for watching our chicken feed adventures and playing with our rabbit.
Thank you for watching. Hooray!